just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's just get right back into it, shall we? Oh, I haven't read any of it yet, so here we go. Where were we? Okay, so last time we wrote our first poem, and now we're getting ready to share it to all of our girls. So let's cross our fingers and hope that I did the right ones, you know? Okay. Why don't we share the poems that we wrote now? Yay! Loopy, I can't wait to read yours. I bet you can't. Yeah, me too. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, I did. And if I remember correctly, I got an achievement for that too. You just didn't see it on screen because I like to have like my notifications turned off on my Xbox when I record. Not just when I record, just in general. Just takes away from the experience. So you guys didn't see that, but I got the notification on my phone, so I did get it. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Ooh, I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poem. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yori reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay. Who should I show my poem to first? I really want to show it to Yuri first, but I didn't talk to her, and Sayori's my best friend, so let's show Sayori first. I'm most definitely comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's a good friend, after all. Yeah. Is it? Oh, I wasn't reading that. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of the other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a loopy poem. Shut up. And it makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote it. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. I'm not part of your stupid club. I'm here for the food. Shut up and show me the food. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Loopy. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, it's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason that I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah, And I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright. I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry. I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that then. Okay, here we go. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you thrusting me to wish a rainy day away? It should have rhymed like that. See, that's what they're... I'm gonna stop because my second light here is my phone. So, it's a yellow light too. That it's just bothering me. It's probably not bothering you. Back to the poem. I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Was that a haiku? Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Well, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. How? It was like late last night when we were told to do the assignment, right? I mean, like, I don't know. Never mind. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Huh. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was just a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showering. That's not my intent. I don't want to take a shower with her. I don't. Thanks for showing me. It's just so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, my main girl here, Yuri. I'm gonna show you... Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I just forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? Just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. Oh, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri... She's adorable. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing style separate from their topic matter, and they fit the two together. I should have gotten a bottle of water. And there was nothing next to me. That was me looking. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it'll all come with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? As in, how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki, I'm not too sure on that. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. She's got good handwriting. This could be a trip in a half, people. Okay. Ghost under the light. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. It's been too long since I've tried reading anything that's remotely like this, so nobody writes like this anymore. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ambient glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights to have withstood the test of time. The cast yet to be replaced by the sinking blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm's breathing, air of the present, believing in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. The game knew. The game knew. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Not that it's terrible, it's that it's good. And nobody can read, like, cursive anymore. It's like a lost art. I can't read. I barely got myself through that. But it took you a long time to read. Oh, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Well, actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Loopy. That's just the title of it. There's really nothing about ghosts. I mean, I guess I must have totally missed the point then. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting of it. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. So wait, so do we ever get to see what our poem is? Let's show it to Monica. Hi, Loopy. You having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you just have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I mean, I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Oh, she's adorable. Don't worry, Loopy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but remember, there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other and each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I'm reading your poem. Like, you sure you're not reading into this too much? And I'm like, I think over my head. I was just given just a bunch of words just to throw into a paper. I don't even know what it says. I just started writing down words. I don't know. You know? Okay, I'm not the best writer. But so I just put into Google just words, and then that's what I threw into a poem, you know? But in any case, Sayori's writing has some kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything, but I do. They're all beautiful women, and I'm surrounded by beautiful women. Yes, let's read your poem. Shall we? You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. I like the way that music cue changes. That's nice. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the speckle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late. My retains. My retinas. I'm sorry. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright, it wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking, and I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. What's the inspiration behind this one, then? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it, but I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. So, yeah, recently, as in me. I'm her husband, and that's what she thinks. We're married now. Here's the ring. I put it on this morning. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go on with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, I guess the last one I have to show this to is Natsuki. Let's hope she's not extremely biased like Yuri says. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So, basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, and horses can sleep. I don't know how to keep the rhyme going. Owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. That was adorable. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Other than the fact it looked like a third grader did it.
Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. See, I didn't read it with that sort of intent, did I? Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I said, for a rhyme to end, for a rhyme at the end. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. Okay, see? Makes sense. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's not what I meant to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I'll take that away from her. Whew, that was a lot of reading. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing skills. Even if it's just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. And they read in tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out so nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
if I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Loopy did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly interesting, which I haven't yet. And Loopy liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. What is this turning into? Is this gonna be a cat fight? A fight match? Yo, like, let's get the steel cage in here. Let's just Hell in a Cell. Why not? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress new members, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Loopy appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
The truth is finally revealed!
Did you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay over here? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Loopy started showing up. Natsuki. Oh, is she stuffing her bra? Magically? That's what's happening? This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it. If she could go over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing style, it's more effective. Then I wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to I can't speak. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Loopy. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. She's right. But, okay. So, there's a story in this. You're gonna have to go ahead and read this yourself as I read this, but as I'm telling my story. So, I know a couple of students like this. I am like Natsuki, and there's the student that I went to high school with, and he is very much like Yuri. He goes way off the deep end into, not necessarily, like, explaining things outright. He loves to write his movies and his films in a very, like, complex and convoluted way. And is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. But, like, Natsuki does have a point. If your audience can't understand it, then what's the point of writing the film or writing the script or showing off like a music video or something like that, you know? What's the point about that? So I guess I agree with Natsuki there personally, but oh, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori. But Yuri's, it wasn't as complex as the student I went to high school with, let's just put it that way. So I do like things that make you think, personally. Like, you know, the whole meaning behind the Joker controversy and that whole thing, how there was like a whole controversy about that, but I thought Joker was like a piece of art, and like going through, I watched that movie like 2 or 3 times in the theaters because I loved it so much and I wanted to like dissect every little piece of it. It was amazing. I think, Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand.
Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting their feelings into it. It becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was so cute. I see. I didn't notice that. Sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well. And if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Poor girl.
That's
It is what she did, isn't it? It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point, being defamed. Only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling really bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Not a little bit of country that just came out there, women. Sorry about that. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples the poem up in her hands and she throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't mean to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her own desk. I gingerly approach her and then sit adjacent from her. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as you could. Anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Loopy. You're too kind.
I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing, really. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say, huh? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
How about me? Yeah, I did the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Sure, let's go home. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. That's nice. I'm kind of falling for Sayori just a little bit. Because, you know, old best friends coming back together, it's cute. I'm not gonna lie, Sayori is earning her stripes here. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Loopy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Well, actually, that's audible. I say the word sigh. So let me just sigh. It looks like Sayori really hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? I mean, I want an anime girlfriend. Is that really so much to ask? An anime girlfriend? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Second poem. That's where we will end this one. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Thanks for stopping by. And now that we've learned a little bit more about each girl, it's nice, you know? So we will get on to impressing our favorite girls in the next episode, which is mainly the big three. I don't really like Natsuki that much. I don't care for her. But the other three, they're nice. I like them. So let's get to doing that next time. Thanks for watching. See you later.
How can I write love into reality? And if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.